Welcome to the first episode of Ask Papa. I get lots of emails from readers asking for advice about divorce and relationships and parenting from a dad's perspective. And usually I'll respond with an article, or sometimes I'll just reply back to the email directly. But I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to respond from now on using these video blogs, and we're going to call it Ask Papa, and this is the first one. So I received an email early this week from a reader named Stacy, and here's the question that she asks. Dear Papa, I've been separated for 2.5 years. Kids are 2 and 3, which leads me to my question. My son is turning 4 this week, and his dad called to say happy birthday and wants to see him. This is the first we have heard from him in a couple of months. Do I let him call him back? They saw him a couple of days in August, then did not hear from him since October of 2012. Before that was May 2012. I'm at a loss. I feel guilty for not wanting my son to call him back, but I'm afraid it's going to start the whole cycle over again. It takes months to recover after they hear from him because they want so badly for him to see them. I don't want to keep him from them, but if he is going to do the right thing, but the fact of the matter is he has proven more times than I can tell that he isn't going to do the right thing. How many times should I allow him to hurt my little guys? It breaks my heart when they cry and want to see their dad and he just walks away. Anyway, thanks for reading this, and any advice will be greatly appreciated. So Stacy, this is not the first time I've gotten this email. I'm going to go on the record and say this right now. Your ex is a deadbeat dad. I don't know whether he pays his child support on time or whether he pays it at all. I don't know whether he's paying his alimony on time. But here's what I do know. He is not paying the emotional currency that he owes his children. Here's something that I think we should recognize. Fatherhood is a right so long as that right is exercised. And here's what I mean. And this is for all single fathers, and I'm included in that. The moment that Stacy's ex stopped becoming a reliable, consistent presence in his children's life, he lost the right to fatherhood. It's gone. It's now Stacy's burden to protect her children from an unreliable man who has chosen to blow in and out of their life at his convenience. That means she gets to call the shots. That means that if she's not convinced that this time is going to be different, that he wants to do the right thing and be the father his children need to be, then she has an obligation to say no. No, you can't talk to him on his birthday. No, you can't see him on his birthday. And until you decide to do the right thing, until you decide to choose responsibility over the shiny objects of single fatherhood, then you're not going to have the right to be part of your children's life. You are not going to blow in for a couple of days and then go away for 3 or 4 months. You've seen your children 3 times in the last year. You are not a father by any stretch of the imagination. Now, that being said, I think there's also an obligation on your part, Stacy, to create a pathway if you believe that he wants to do things differently. If he finally has recognized the mistakes that he's made and he wants to turn a new leaf, if you will, then I think that you can create a pathway for him to do that. But it needs to be on your terms. You're the one that needs to create the mountain that he's going to need to climb. Because otherwise, you are creating an environment for him to move in and out of his children's life whenever he wants to. And that's not good for him, and it's not good for them, and it's certainly not good for you. Because you can't force him to be a father. That's going to be a choice he's going to have to make on his own. This is not a problem of your making, though I know you have to deal with the ramifications of it, though I know you want so desperately to put the pieces back together. He owns this. He's the one that needs to recognize the job that he has before him, and he's the one that needs to man up and do what needs to be done. Otherwise, he's going to continue to be a deadbeat dad. Otherwise, he's going to continue to move in and out of his children's life when it's convenient for him. And there's one thing that I know for certain, Stacy. No dad at all is better than a deadbeat dad. So Stacy, you keep doing what you're doing. You are doing the right thing. Don't let the guilt stop you. You're protecting your children. You're doing exactly what you need to do. Thank you so much for the email. I wish you the very best of luck. And thank you for listening to my first episode of Ask Papa. If you want to reach out to me, go to my website under the contact page, shoot me an email. I'd love to hear from you.